So, if you don't know me already, so I'm Kevin Morrow, aka Mr. Mingle. So, I'm a misfit uplifter. I'm a social catalyst, a coach, a teacher, and a trainer by trade. And personally, I'm more a geek, nerd, and what I call a chimera. I'm a multi-passionate that comes from my neurodivergence. The thing is, you don't care that much about who I am and what I do. I really want you to be the focus of today. Today is all about you, and I really want to elevate you and elevate your relationship with yourself. So it's really the point of uh, today's workshop, so to speak, today's challenge. And very first, the idea is you might be standing in one of those baskets, and hopefully you're not. But I've identified many misfits, many people in general, but especially misfits that either suffer from what I call the lonely entrepreneur syndrome. They are really good at networking, they are really good at connecting with other people, but not necessarily having a very powerful, very strong, very thriving circle of close friends. And they are not necessarily taking such a good care of themselves. And their relationship with themselves is not necessarily so good. You also have the typical people pleaser. And I will have a big, massive shout out to all the moms and all the mompreneurs out there. Because, yeah, most moms tend to be people pleaser, trying to really do their very best and focus their bestest energy for the needs of others or for the needs of their loved ones, and not so much towards themselves, and not necessarily having enough time and energy to really network and focus on building relationships with others. And then you have the people that are stuck into kind of personal development hermitage, that they are very deeply into personal development, that they kind of lose themselves, and they are acing their growth, their personal growth, but they don't necessarily connect with others and don't necessarily connect so with friends in that journey or building new connections and expanding their views. So I don't know if it resonates with any of you, and hopefully you have like at least two of them working and maybe one of them not so much. And what I would love for you to have would be at the very least a balanced social life. To have your roots, your relationship with yourself nailed down and really something healthy and powerful and something you really can count on. And also a wonderful, powerful circle of friends. Plus an amazing ability to connect with others and to expand your views, expand your connections. Augusta, would you mind just muting? I love the sound. I don't know if it's your kid or someone around, which I love. Just it's better if we don't have too much background noise. But actually, I would love to meet that little one that what we've heard, but a little bit later on, if it's possible. And finally, so the idea is really to go from a balanced social life to really embracing what I call social alchemy and creating bridges between all three layers and really creating an incredible synergy between them. And that's really the idea first of that masterclass that hopefully you attended or you can get a recording of. And this challenge is all about creating that in your life through practical exercises and really playing in the real life. How does it sound? How do you like that idea to go from just a balanced social life to really a thriving and amazing social life led by social alchemy? So I see nods, I see hearts. I feel some of you are on board. I love that. Thank you so much. So I won't check the chat right now, but I will get back to it in a moment. So basically, social alchemy is just an innate ability that we all have. it's a muscle we all have, and you can build it to improve both your personal life and your professional life. And I will show you how. And we will have exercises to build that muscle and flex that muscle. And basically, really to sum it up very, very briefly, social alchemy to me is kind of a super connectedness, both with yourself, with your friends, and with new connections, with new people in your life. And so you've seen those three different layers. To me, they are kind of ingredients, like baking a cake, right? I'm a baker. I love baking because initially I'm a sweet tooth, and I wanted to be my own dealer, so to speak. I wanted to be able to get myself my own fixes. So I became a baker because I loved desserts so much. And that the idea to me, a balanced social life is just having the right ingredients, which is already great. But what I want you to have is a cake, not just the ingredients. The ingredients are nice and all, but yeah, come on, you want a cake. You don't just want the flour and eggs and butter, right? So that's the idea, going from the ingredients to getting the cake and eating it too. And you know what, marrying the baker while you're at it. Why not? So the idea. So I shared this challenge fun book. You received it in your emails. Hopefully you got it before this challenge, this day one life call challenge. If you didn't, don't worry. I made it sure it will be very easy to reproduce on a blank page. And the idea is really first to go reflection, to reflect and put some thoughts on it, and then get yourself into action. And we will get also in a part around accountability and support, because taking action by yourself is great and all, but having someone having your back while you're taking action is much more powerful. I don't know if any of you have experience with accountability partners, accountability groups. To me, it changes everything. So we will talk about that. Now, if you have your fun book printed, that's perfect. If you didn't, don't worry, just get a blank page and you can have, your page cut in 9 slices, right? 3, 3, 3 columns, 3, 3, 3 lines. And the idea, so hopefully you already started to play with that by yourself. If you didn't, don't worry, we will just go and have a taste of it right now together. And the idea is you will do that after the call. Don't worry, we'll just do that after the call, and hopefully with the help of your accountability partner or partners. And the idea, so you will see I have a recording about how to do that exercise. So I won't go too deep into that. So don't worry, just bear with me, and I will explain to you roughly. The idea is to choose a current activity that you love practicing, something that already brings joy in your life. It might be dance, it might be RPGs, it might be, I don't know, like Jason, what would be your current activity? Yeah, I'm highlighting you because I see you're on camera and you've been very active. So it's not a punishment, don't worry. It's a way to highlight you actually. Any activity you would love to, like rollerblades, rollers, would it be an activity you would love to use?
I would love to find a roller skating rink around me, but there is not one that is active. But I have been doubling down on some self-care things, being part of men's groups to kind of feed my soul, making sure that I'm being more intentional about meditating and what does that mean, and then getting out in nature. It doesn't matter what it is, whether I'm walking, I'm running, I'm doing gardening, whatever, but really spending more time in nature, which you can't tell because I'm so pale, but I am doing it. So
Okay, thank you so much, Jason, for playing along. Because it was totally not scripted, right? So I really appreciate you're jumping on it. And so let's say connecting with nature. It would be probably like you could use that as your current activity, something that you already brought some joy in your life, and you actually want to double down and go deeper into that. And I will explain to you, I will give you examples so with my own activities. And my invitation to you guys is to find one current activity for yourself. Ideally, you already have one in mind. And if you don't worry, you will understand better with the video that you got for day one. So we will focus on one current activity and then one new activity you would like to start playing with, something totally new you never explored before. And you will see how it all connects the different layers, how you can play with that. And we will have roots and fruits. So let me explain to you how it works. So this is an example from my life, right? Role-playing games have been extremely powerful in my life. It has brought a lot of goodness. It's one of my pillars. It has been for the 34 past years, basically. And what I wrote first are the roots where it all started. So one of my math teacher back when I was in high school introduced me to role-playing games. So it was a teacher, right? Weird, I know. And then a friend of mine that was in the club that this teacher founded, was one of the first people that really introduced me to that world. Then there was a shop that basically it was my second house, right? So these are really my roots, my personal roots. And I want to celebrate all the people that allowed me to start this practice for myself. And guess what? I'm there myself. I can have gratitude to myself. I'm the one that decided to go along with that. When I've been invited to this club, I was like, sure, let's do that. And I've been the one to decide to keep doing this practice, this activity, and keep doing that for 34 years. So I celebrate myself for that. And you better celebrate yourself for keeping doing the good work on an activity that is bringing goodness in your life, an activity that is alleviating yourself, allowing you to have a better, more powerful relationship with yourself. Because role-playing games, it allowed me to bring so much goodness in my life. So it's a way to me to say to myself, I'm your best friend forever. I have your back. I have good intentions toward yourself, and I'm acting on it. Does it make sense so far? That actually practicing some well thought, very specific activities for you is improving your own relationship to yourself. Same like Jason, by improving your connection with nature and meditating and hopefully roller skating in the future, it allows you to send a message to yourself. I love you, buddy. I want the best for you. Keep doing the good work. Let's do that together, you and I. Well, actually, we're the same. I'm talking to myself, but you got my idea, right? So back to that example, all the people that really were at the root, at the core of this practice for myself. Then all the friends I shared that practice with, that activity with, and that were really important, that I had very profound relationship with, thanks to that activity. And then all the connections I made, I had hundreds of casual experiences over my 34 years of role-playing games. So many RPG live or online events, live action role-playing games, right, etc. So these are the roots. And on the other side, they're the fruits. So it's kind of past and future. And that I decided to go, instead of doing future, like basically it's everything that allowed me, that I was able to build over time. So it built my imagination or my open-mindedness, my multi-passions and skills. If you never played RPGs, you might not understand how it relates. If you did, you know. Playing hundreds of different characters, like I had to discover how to surf. I've played a surfer, right, at some point. I had no idea what a longboard was, so I researched. So I became better at surfing theoretically thanks to role-playing games, and you name it. So many good things came from that. And now in the future, I want to write down the name of all the new friends I will make thanks to this activity. And finally, other connections. And it's kind of my wish list. Hopefully, I will be able to play role-playing games with Henry Cavill, Steven Spielberg, or Felicia Day. Why not? I would love to. So those are in orange because it's kind of my wish list, and in blue it will be the connections I will write down. So for Jason, you could wrote all the people that you already connected with other connecting with nature or meditation, and you could write all the new people you will bring into your life thanks to that activity. Does it make sense? Awesome. Thank you so much. So another example, so I will go very quick, but same, all the people that were at the very root of me discovering dance and building my dance practice, all the amazing friends I had powerful practice with, or I connected over like Isabelle Fortin from the Hounds. We've never danced together yet. Or Jason, I know you're all, often quoting me in your Funky Fridays posts. So I have a dance link to you, even though we'd never danced together yet. You see what I mean? So to me, it's a way to connect with other people and to reinforce relationships. And yeah, connections like thousands of casual experiences. Yeah, so you get it. And fruits. So once again, my wish list. Two of my favorite. How is it called in English? Choreographers. The dances I would love to practice, and practices that are kind of linked to dance I would love to improve. Friends I would love to dance with, and actually Jason, you should be on there as well, and etc. So you I guess you got the drill. So that's the idea, basically, to have a kind of dashboard of where it all started for you, all the people you already connected deeply with, all the people you connected superficially but interestingly with, and all the people you will in the future and you intend to connect over. Do you already see the how this social alchemy can work just around one activity, and how you can leverage just one activity in your life and really build upon that and improve your relationship with yourself, with your friends, and with your connections? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So that's page 1. Now, to guide you a little bit, and if you're not sure what kind of activities you would like to explore, because that's the idea. We covered past activities. I would love for you to explore new activities, to go beyond your comfort zone. It's supposed to be a challenge, right? It's not just you listening to me. I don't care. I love listening to my own voice, as you probably already realized, but you probably don't enjoy that much. What I want you to do is really to play with that in your own life and go beyond and challenge yourself. So that's my invitation to you. So figure out a new activity to bring into your life. Something fun, something different, something new. And so I have like 3 kind of categories of activities you could consider. Something physical. Go running, go fitness, go dancing. Actually, you will see that dance is a very special one. Something that involves your body, mostly. Something emotional. It could be around art, around craft, something that makes your heart a bit stronger and faster. And then intellectual, something that will really involve you intellectually, that will make you grow, become wiser, and become smarter. So it could be reading, it could be research, it could be many different things. And yeah, so dance actually it covers it all. So you have some activities that have overlaps. So you decide. You just decide what it means for you. But I really would love for you to pick, to kind of categorize the activity you would like to explore. You will understand why. It's when we will find accountability partners. So I would love for you to be paired with people that have similar categories, something physical, emotional, or intellectual. So the bond will be better if you have someone that is in the kind of same vibe as you. Does it make sense? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Now the second page, and you know what? Before I go on, anyone has questions so far? Anyone has any comments so far? So feel free to raise your hand. So I only can see few pictures. And hey, Jess, thank you so much for joining. I haven't seen you popping up. I don't see any questions or comments. So just feel free to raise your hands. So I've scheduled some time for questions at the end. Hopefully I will be able to have as much time as I initially planned. But yeah, we will have time for questions. So next step is to take proper action. And if you know me, I'm a gamer, right? I told you I'm into RPGs, role-playing games. I love games. I love gamification. And I try to put as much gamification in my life as possible. And I would love for you to do the same, because it's so much more fun if you play with things instead of seeing it as a chore or as something like a grind. So my invitation to you is to choose for yourself friends and connections. Choose your own settings, your own play style, and choose how you want to implement in your life, at least for this week. And maybe you will even decide to go further and kind of schedule something on a regular basis, but we are not there yet. For now, just let's play with this week. And for example, you might want to go easy, just for a taster, just to see how it goes, and just try one new activity, sharing it with one friend or one connection. And when I say sharing it, it could be just, hey, you know what? I just started this new class of Tai Chi, and I would love to tell you all about it because I feel you could like it as well. Or even better, you could be like, hey, you know what? Why don't you join me going to this new class of Tai Chi? And having your friend by your side while you're starting a new activity, because it's so much more fun when you do something with someone else, especially in person. So if you have that option to start something new with a friend by your side, please go with it. That would be so much more powerful. And yeah, just a few examples. So you could go easy. You start with one new activity in your life, just one. So it could be start salsa, start Tai Chi, start roller skating, going going for a walk in nature as your city boy or city girl. I'm a pure city boy, right? I have a hard time going in nature if I really have to force myself to. But I know I need it. Most probably I need it even more because I'm a city boy. So I really invite you to consider that. So do as Jason invited himself to do, and go and connect more with nature, because you know what? You need it, whether you realize it or not. So it could be that, or anything else. Start a baking class. I don't know, whatever tickles your curiosity. And then it could go medium, like sharing it with two friends. Like, hey, you know what? Like Jane and Jason, I'm sure you would love this new baking class. I've learned how to do baklava, and I'm sure you would love to be able to do your own baklavas at home. So here you go. I will tell you all about this, and sharing with 3 new connections. So that would be going between easy and medium, right? You're just dipping your tiny, teeny toes in the water. Now you might go a little bit bolder. You could start 2 activities because that's the idea. You can be sure the new activity will really suit you. So why not trying 2 different activities this week? And so you will know which one would fit me best. So you could start this baking class and you could go for a walk in nature, right? And you could share it with 5 friends. Like you're like, which of my friends could be interested in that? And you have 2 activities. So you could be like, okay, 2 of these friends would love this first activity, 3 of them would love the second activity. And then you could be like, and sharing it with 20 plus connections. And you're like, oh, come on, 20 plus? Are you kidding me? I'm not spending that much time sending WhatsApp messages or whatnot. I'm not doing that. Well, guess what? I have the perfect trick for you. Why don't you just write a LinkedIn post about it? Hey guys, I just started this new class. It was amazing. And you tag people. Hey, you know what? X, Y, and Z. I'm sure you would love this new activity. What do you think? And here you go. You just created a content post that might you might even link it to your business. You could get some nice engagement and some nice visibility. Plus, you can share that and you play along with the challenge. How do you like that idea? To kind of bundle it up, you play along with challenge, and basically you treat yourself with a brand new activity, bringing yumminess and goodness in your life. You connect even deeper with your friends. You will reinforce your relationships with some beloved friends, and you connect with new people, or you reinforce connections with people you already know. So that's the idea in a nutshell. Do you see the social alchemy at play now? Yeah, I was excited to play with that. I see nods, I see claps. I'm super happy. Thank you so much. Okay, now I'm absolutely behind schedule, right? But I had my tech fund to begin with, so I will totally blame my computer and my Canva app. So now, once again, if you want to go far, go with many, go with others. Don't stay by yourself. Don't go on that path by yourself. So I have an invitation for you, and actually I will finally check the oh, I have difficulty with words today. The chat, it's called the chat in English. So here you go. So my invitation for you will be to choose an activity, a new activity you would like to start to play with. And hey, Lady Drew, so happy that you joined. And I see a cake here. Absolutely perfect. And Augusta, don't worry. Actually, I loved hearing your kid or this youngling behind you. I love that the youngling vibe. So don't worry. No apologies necessary. And no, I would love for you to choose that activity and choose the category: physical, emotional, intellectual. So I invite you to write down in the chat, are you team physical, are you team emotional, or are you team intellectual? I give you a few seconds to answer. Okay, so we have physical, emotional. Oh, okay, so now it's well spread. Okay, mostly emotional so far. Emotional is definitely winning the game so far. And okay, we will figure it out. Don't worry. So now, this is optional. This is optional, but that would be very helpful. I would love to invite you in a group. And I know some people are kind of resistant, especially like WhatsApp group. Well, yet another group, are you kidding me? The idea is to create a pop-up group just for this week. Why not expanding it if it makes sense? But the idea is really to have a pop-up group and then we close it and farewell. And actually, so yeah, I was exactly going to say, do you have any preference? I know some people are very Telegram adverse, some other people are very WhatsApp adverse. So do you have any preference between Telegram and WhatsApp? So I see WhatsApp. Personally, I prefer WhatsApp, but I don't want to influence you. I guess it's too late. But, personally, I'm more, okay, so it will be WhatsApp, obviously. So, and yeah, LinkedIn, that's the thing. Actually, LinkedIn groups are not working too well. So I considered it, but thank you so much, Zara, to join us and to jump on camera. And so we will go for WhatsApp. If you don't like it, sorry guys, the majority won. So we will just go with it. And once again, it's optional. You don't have to. Just it will help us create a community vibe first and help you find accountability partners to support you in this implementing a new activity in your life and bringing new goodness in your life and connecting with new people, creating new connections over this new activity. Does it make sense? So we will see, so I will save the chat and all, I will contact you. And once again, WhatsApp group optional, but it will be a WhatsApp group. No, I have so just an invitation for you. I can go over and beyond. If you feel like you would love to have extra support, I'm happy to have a 30-minute game plan call with you and help you really implement this new activity and create wonderful, powerful ripples in your life thanks to Social Alchemy. Totally optional, totally free, no worries. The only thing, there is one catch of sorts. I will absolutely be unavailable during all month of June. So basically it's right now this week or back in sometime in July or later. So if you'd like to play with that idea, I invite you to this game plan call. No pressure if you don't feel like it. No worries at all. Just an invitation. I will do the same invitation every day of this challenge. And I believe we are almost done. So I will open the floor to any questions you might have, either for what we covered with this day one of the challenge, or any other questions you might have about Social Alchemy or anything else. Like, just I'm a weirdo, right? So go funky, go weird. I will welcome any freaky question. Don't worry. You might see me blush. So actually, you might be tempted to go very wild in your questions. But yeah, let's once again, let's be playful. So before I leave you the floor for the questions, if you have any, what's going next for the next course? So tomorrow, May 28th, we will focus on friends. So instead of focusing on relationship with yourself, it will be around your friends and elevating your relationship with friends and elevating all the other relationships by that. And then the same with connections. And we will finish with a special Misfit networking event. And it will be a 2 hours networking event. And I don't expect anyone to stay for the 2 hours. Don't worry, don't start to be triggered by, oh no, I'm not blocking 2 hours for networking event. No way. The idea is basically you join whenever you want. Most probably some people will join for 1 hour or the other. And the idea is really for you to get the very best of this opportunity for the time you will be there. So hope you like that idea. So it will be on Thursday. And basically the idea will be to play with what we've covered so far, with that social activity, alchemy you've played with, and play with real people in this networking event and create new connections. And because this challenge is about misfit solopreneurs, it's for misfit solopreneurs. So you will find other misfits and other solopreneurs. So potential collaborators, potential new friends, or maybe even potential clients. So who knows? You might be tempted to join. And if you don't, no worries. No worries. So thank you so much for joining and listening. I will now leave the floor open to any question, weird and all. And I want to see your beautiful faces. So here we go. Do you have anything to say? Tara Lynn, please come up.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you so much. You did a wonderful, wonderful presentation, and the timing for me was spectacular of this subject matter. So bravo, it was really well done. I liked everything that you provided in advance, which I did watch. And so it made today to be in the live portion of it just more enriching. So thank you so much. It was really, really great. And it's nice to meet a bunch of new people as well. I see all the names, and thank you. So I don't necessarily have a question. I'm sure I will as I process, but I just wanted to at least provide that comment. So thank you very much.
So you are so very welcome, Caroline, and thank you so much for your amazing feedback. I deeply, deeply appreciate. And actually, so it's another point of this WhatsApp group I intend to create. I will create later today. So if you have any questions, I will make myself available for that this week. And once again, this week only. Next week, I will disappear from planet Earth, so to speak. I will absolutely disappear. I won't be available like at all. You just forget about me for an entire month. This is this week or not never. I will get back in July, but it will be an opportunity for you to have direct line to me for any questions about social alchemy. So great point you raised, Taralyn, about you don't have to ask a question right now, don't worry. But now is a good opportunity. And if you're anything like me, you know that the energy of the live is always very different. So if you happen to be here with me in the live, actually your question might be very different from a question that might pop up later on. So I don't know. Another opportunity for any of you to ask questions or just give amazing feedback like Taralyn. Thank you again, Taralyn. Jane, please.
Hi, Kevin. How are you feeling now? This is the third presentation you've done on social alchemy.
Thank you so much for this question. It's funny. So if you know me a little bit, I tend to go very heavy on content. I tend to over-deliver, over-prepare, over everything. And this time around, I just couldn't do that. I was like, I'm so tight on time. There is no way, it can't fit. So I was like, okay, let's go with the flow. Let's go extremely minimalistic and let's see what happens. So I'm kind of going very widely on the other side of my personal vibe. And it feels great, actually. It's amazing. I love that. So thank you so much. So yeah.
I noticed when you were presenting, you were a little bit lighter, that you kind of just went with the flow. And yes, you do like to be very, organized and lots of content. But I noticed being here that you were just like, all right, well, this is what's happening. And I think that's great. I see growth in you, and, I'm always here to support you. I didn't know we had homework. So, it was kind of impromptu to kind of go through that. And why do I feel like when you talk about resistance, you're talking about me?
Not necessary, but yeah, I understand you feel that way. And just to be clear, I don't do homework. Homework tends to be very triggering for most people. Like, oh, come on, I've done school already. Don't give me that one all over again. So homework, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm doing fun work. So it's why I call it a fun book. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed so if you I don't want you to sit as homework. And basically, it's for your own growth. So you do whatever you want. If you want to skip it, if it would be like in French, we have an amazing expression. It's called faire l'école buissonnière. And I have no idea how to translate that. Basically, it would be going into the bushes and having fun instead of going to school. And it's very, and like buissonnière really comes from shrubberies or bushes. It's just skipping school and going to the beach and having fun instead of sitting on the bench. And so if you want to do that, be my guest. Honestly, I like it's your growth. I don't care. You do whatever you want. You do you. You're misfit, so you will do you anyway. But if it can help you, if it can bring more goodness and yumminess and deliciousness in your life, you might want to play with that and see it as a fun book and as fun work. Or home fun or whatever, way you want to call it. I don't know if it makes sense.
It does. I do. I do appreciate the structure and I do appreciate the tools. So thank you. I missed it in my emails. So, but I appreciate you always. I really love how you motivate and inspire me to be more social and grow. So thank you, Kevin, for always being that person for me. My accountability partner, basically. So
Right? No, and yeah, that's
thank you.
exactly.
Thank you.
No, you're so very welcome, Jane. And yeah, because I know like you have a big mission. It goes beyond you. And actually, I would love to share that with you because I know some of you might have some personal resistance. I would love for you to. I would love to help you go over and beyond. So very first, I would love to answer so Dorothea's question. So yeah, it's in your mails, and don't worry. So I don't expect you to get all that stuff in time. That's why I had a recap, right? So I still prepared enough so I could be ready to have a recap before that. But you will have you have the fun book, you have some video explanation. I try to be as concise, as short and straight to the point as possible. I not entirely succeed to do it, but I did my very best. And it should help you really get the very best of the fun book. If I didn't do such a good job, that's okay. Just send me your questions if you feel it's kind of blurry, if you feel it's not so. And oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Jason. So apparently I did a good enough job. So check the videos. It should be self-explanatory. If it doesn't, just reach out to the WhatsApp group and I will happily give you pointers and guidance. And no, I would love to share something that widely and violently slapped me in the face 2 years ago. And I know, like, probably you're kind of in defense mode. I don't want to be slapped. Well, actually, you might. And I will explain to you why. So I was in Tallinn, Estonia, and I had the immense pleasure to assist not a webinar, but a seminar with the master coach, Michael Neal. If you never heard about Michael Neal, you probably want to look it up. He's an amazing, amazing coach, really one of the greatest I know. And so this amazing man told us something extremely painful, actually. And at least it was for me. And what he told us was that don't let your personal discomfort get in the way of your mission. And I didn't like that too much, to be honest. I was like, oh shit, are you kidding me? I can't stay in my comfort zone and play safe and play small. And oh, you're right, the mission. So it's one of the things, and honestly, this one hit me very hard and very deep. And I was like, okay. And oftentimes I remind myself that one. And oftentimes I'm like, okay, Kevin himself would love to play easy peasy and don't go beyond boundaries and just play super safe. And yes, but my misfits are waiting for me. So guess what? I started this podcast even though I felt triggered at first, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Do you really want me to go every single week on stage live? I'm not doing that." I used to be excruciatingly shy. I know it doesn't show, but believe me, I was. When I was a young RPG player, I was extremely shy. It took me decades to get over this shyness, and I still have a few slivers of it actually. So I had to struggle. I had to go beyond my personal discomfort so I could serve my misfits. I could serve my mission. And I invite you to do the same. Maybe you don't feel so comfortable about connecting and networking and playing with those that social alchemy. But maybe just you. How about your mission? How about what you're building as an entrepreneur? How about all the people around you, your loved ones? What about your responsibilities as a human being, as a mom or as a father, and just as someone on this planet? So I'm not saying that to put any guilt or any bad feelings on you. Maybe just a tiny bit, but not to give you pain, to give you an incentive, to give you a healthy nudge that might help you get to the next level. I don't know if it makes sense. So yeah, that one really, like, it was a very, very powerful one, that one from Michael Neal. And yeah, thank you so much for your wonderful words. Everyone deeply appreciates your participation. So we still have a couple of minutes before I will wrap it up, because I deeply respect your time, guys. If you have any last comment, any last question, I'm happy to invite you on stage. If not, we can all wrap up and nicely get back to our personal life and hopefully bring other people in the mix. Remember that the idea of social alchemy: connect yourself with your friends, with your network. How does it sound?
Sounds amazing.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Really appreciate. So
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Oh, thank you, Tara-Lynn, for joining. So we were, 8 people left. So it was a very cozy, very low-key container, but actually it's nice also. I love both. I love big groups and the big, massive energy we have in big groups. And I also love intimate containers. That the power of being an ambivert, right? I'm both an extrovert and an introvert. So I enjoy both. And you don't have to, right? Find your own vibe and just build your own vibe. And actually, that's the thing. I shared that recently in a networking event. You absolutely can network as an introvert. Networking is not reserved for extroverts. You just won't network in the same way. But we will cover that in day 3. So for now, thank you so much for joining me today, for joining us today. And thank you for watching this replay, this recording, if you're now watching that after time. And hopefully you will join us tomorrow. So 11 a.m. EST, 5 p.m. CET for day 2, Friends. That one, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be amazing. And Dorothea, that joined us today, will have a special highlight. So you will see the power of social alchemy in action. So see you tomorrow. Love you guys.